Good evening, my name is Cy Arrowment, and welcome to the first premiere of the Furtalk, where we discuss everything furry. I'm sitting here with my bro, Chad.
Hi, I'm from Comics Are Cool, and I got dragged into this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, we're going to be discussing everything furry, from the tame and the dark, to the weird and mysterious, to the subgenres inside the fur fandom, because there are fandoms inside fandoms.
What's a furry?
Well, Google is your best friend, so let's fire that up.
Wow, this is the most informative podcast ever.
Yeah. So a furry is an enthusiast for animal characteristics with human characteristics, in a particular person who dresses up in costume. As such, a character or uses one as an avatar online.
So it's like a spirit animal.
Yeah, in a sense, actually, yeah.
Is it like channeling your inner Harambe?
I mean, Harambe could be somebody's Fursona. I'm pretty sure somebody's made a fursuit of Harambe.
He died for our sins.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. So, what exactly is Furtalk? Like, what are we talking about?
Well,
Like,
we're going to be discussing the in and outs of the fur fandom, what's going on in there, different conventions that are coming up.
Sure.
Fursuit makers, artists, musicians, talents. Whatever happens inside the fur fandom will be discussed here.
Awesome.
However, there will be some I would have to say viewer discretion is advised. This is 18 and up,
Okay.
as well as there will be some topics that we will not be driving into,
Such as?
bestiality,
Well, that's a forbidden topic.
right, rape, pedophilia, anything that will make somebody uncomfortable or trigger.
Right. Essentially, this entire podcast is, and I will not be on it. I'm just here.
You will be every now and then.
Yeah, I'll be around. But this one is just kind of educate about furries. They're not bad people. They're pretty cool people. Kit and Dave will probably be around too. So
Indeed.
we got all kinds of things with this show. I promise it'll be good. Well, I don't promise. He does.
Yeah, I can promise you guys will be a lot of cool stuff that we can talk about.
Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
Well, we're actually I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about myself.
Sure.
First off, my name is Cy Arrowment. I am actually I'm in Western Michigan, Detroit area.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually my Fursona is the Chinese crested, the hairless dog. I am actually the only one in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. So let me tell you about when I actually became a furry. So I became a furry at probably the age of 10 when I had a weird attraction.
So when did you become a furry?
I was actually just discussing that before you interrupted me and asked that question.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So
I was on Google Googling stuff.
Good. See, Google is your friend.
Yeah.
So I started off at about probably the age of 10 when I had an unusual attraction to Nala and Crystal from Star Fox and The Lion King.
Okay.
I started Googling unusual images. I joined Furcadia for a little bit. Met some other furs there. Then decided to steer off Furcadia, joined an anime forum site, gotten more tuned with it a little bit, and then got into Second Life, where I decided to say, hey, I'll become a furry. I'll join this. So Sai started off as a fox during a LARP campaign. He was a changeling from the World of Darkness campaign.
Okay.
The name Sai sort of stuck with me when I joined Second Life, and I decided to take into heart the Chinese crested because it reflected on my high school years of being a little bit self-conscious with myself.
Oh.
So I decided to embrace the ugliness of the Chinese crested because of how it's looked down upon. Kind of how I looked down upon myself when I was younger and in high school. So he has a dark history to me, but other than that, he's been a huge part of my life as a Fursona.
So is it like an entirely different person, or is it just you as an animal?
You can give them their own life. It's kind of amazing. They don't have to be necessarily based off of your personality or anything. It can just be like you're creating a video game character, RPG character, whatever. I mean, you're basically writing a story for a different character. It's like a role play, almost.
I see. So how does one come up with a Fursona?
Many different ways. It can come from video game inspiration. It can come from just being in tuned with nature, or you just like the animal. You can develop it through fur crushes, through artwork, just through anything in general. you can make up and create a Fursona just about through anything.
So, like, what exactly? Like, what else can be considered a Fursona?
Well, an insect can be considered a Fursona, even though I'll call them insectoids. They're bumblebees, dragonflies. And then you have avians, which can also be considered furries.
Okay.
Which we call them, usually I just call them avians, but people call them feather fags. Yeah, that's kind of
That's a thing?
Yeah, it can be. It is a thing at some points.
But what if you're a female and a straight guy and you're why feather fag?
Well, the thing is that
was an audience member. That wasn't me, by the way.
Thank you, random audience member in the back. Well, so 95% of the fur community consists of the LBGT.
Right.
This is actually where it gets very supportive because in the fur fandom, it supports everybody, not just LGBT, but straights. It supports, even people outside that aren't even furries.
Okay.
So there can be people that go to fur conventions just for the parties, for the raves, just because they like the community. No, there's people that draw comics and furry artwork who aren't considered furries, but they go to conventions and sell their stuff.
Right.
And then there's also charity events that are hosted at different fur cons. They get Town City Kitty and I forgot their cat charity organization is what they are as an adoption. And then we had at Midwest Fur Fest 2 years ago, we had the police canine adoption unit come down.
Wasn't also the Greyhound unit?
Yes, that was actually my first year of FCN.
Gotcha.
Or Motor City FurCon now is it called.
Okay, cool. So are conventions just pretty... is there a lot of things at conventions, or is it just pretty much the same as any other type of convention?
It's pretty much like a normal convention, but I guess you can say that there is always something new going on. It's probably not like a normal convention. Every year there's something different.
Right.
I mean, last time I checked, there's not really any themes going on with Youmacon anymore.
Not really, no. As far as I know, I haven't been there in a while.
With fur cons and everything like that, they keep to that theme. Like my first year of Midwest Fur Fest, it was Christmas, and I wore an ugly Christmas sweater with Psy, which...
I remember that.
Yeah. I no longer have that ugly Christmas sweater, and it disappoints me, but I hope to get a new one. So anyway, there's always a new theme, and a lot of furries actually take to heart with that theme. Like, there was a farmhouse theme at one point, and a lot of people dressed up as cowboys and just got into Western clothing and everything, and it was really cool. They had a steampunk one at one point, so there's a lot of stuff that goes on in fur cons, and there's always new shops. Like there's video game shops that sometimes get set up. Stuff that's not even related to furs also is sold there too.
Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So essentially, it's just more of can anybody attend a furry convention?
Oh yeah, it's not just for furries, but however, Midwest Fur Fest is unfortunately 18 up, only because some furs were serving alcohol to minors and buying them drinks and doing things with them that people shouldn't be doing. So it got restricted to the 18 and up, and then you look at Midwest Fur Fest, which is any age can attend, actually.
Huh.
So at Midwest Fur Fest, there's actually parents will bring their 3 or 4 year olds, and they'd actually have their own child-sized fursuit. Like I saw one that was just a rainbow tiger, and they had full tiger head, tail, and just full fursuit. It was a little kid, and it was so adorable.
That's weird.
I mean, a lot of kids actually and parents have a lot of fun at FurCon just because we're so laid back and friendly.
Huh. So there's not it's a very open community, is what you're saying.
Yeah, gotcha. A lot of us actually, there's fursuiters that go to hospitals and children's hospitals and stuff like that and cheers them up and does it for a living.
Right.
So
developing a Fursona is actually easier or harder than you think?
It's a lot easier than you would think. I mean, you can easily take
Can I be a whale?
You can be whatever you want to. I've seen orca whales as Fursonas.
I know, and I know him.
Yeah, I do too. Nice guy, anyway.
Yeah.
So It's easy. Like, you can take a base of Star Fox, just to look at Star Fox, and you can be like, I want to change his color scheme a little bit, maybe give him more detail and stuff like that. And lo and behold, your inspiration. So
is mostly I've heard though that the most common furry is a wolf.
Wolf and fox are the two most common ones.
Why? Because they're easy, or are people just lame, or is it just all around because?
I think it's just all around because, I mean, it's like the basic go-to, like mine started off as a fox, and that's like the basic thing that it starts off as usually, is that there's some people that kind of put a halt to it,
Gotcha.
I guess.
So there is hybrids, though.
Oh, yeah. The main common one is fox-wolf hybrid, or dragon-wolf, or anything that's part dragon, so...
There could be a wolf hybrid dragon?
Yeah, I mean, you can basically combine whatever fursona you want. Like, there's somebody actually did create their own trademarked, copyrighted, sort of copyrighted fursona, which is an angel dragon. Her name is Telephone. Very nice furry.
Oh, I think you've brought her up.
Her up,
I
think
you've told me about her. Before.
Very nice fursuiter.
I just remember Trevor Phillips.
Trevor Phillips, very nice guy.
That's his fursona, right?
Yes, Trevor Phillips is his fursona. Very long story. I don't want to get into
That's
that.
fair. We can.
So.
That'll be another time.
Yeah, maybe.
But all right, Corey, let's take a quick break because I have to get a drink.
Yeah, absolutely, and I have to go do stuff.
All right, give me a moment. We don't have an interview, so here's the theme song. This is the theme song. So I have a question.
And we're back to the Furtalk.
Okay, we're back. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't have a question.
All right, so let's get started again. What's your question?
Well, I wanted to know if what's the lamest thing you've ever seen in the fandom?
Probably uncreative personas. Meaning...
Wait, you mean people can be uncreative in the furry fandom?
Yeah, like, there'd be people that will take... just an already created character, let's say Nala from The Lion King.
Okay.
Just take her, completely recolor her as, like, using a base picture, completely recoloring her and changing the name and everything, and saying, this is my persona. Or taking someone like Angel from Lady and the Tramp 2, and again, giving her slight alterations and calling that their persona. Or just taking the entire character altogether and calling it your Fursona.
So, like, channeling your inner Harambe.
Right. I actually saw a post on a furry Facebook group that showed somebody made a poorly drawn Fursona as Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty and tried to impersonate Rick as a furry and basically said that this was their Fursona and Rick is their Fursona.
If Rick Sanchez was a furry, what would he be then?
I'm just going to go ahead and say a classic wolf, probably drunk.
Oh, I was just going to say an alcoholic.
Yeah, alcoholic is an acceptable type of furry as well. Because, I mean, you're not wrong.
Right. So, well, maybe he could be you know what?
We're really discussing Rick Sanchez's persona.
Yeah, we are.
So,
a badger.
Sure, let's make him a honey
badger
because he doesn't give a shit. So, no, I guess uncreative people is just the lamest thing. So, I've seen people where they've created some pretty uncreative stuff.
Like?
Again, like Nala from Lion King taking like base sonas, or just taking somebody else's sona and altering it slightly, stuff like that. That's actually called character stealing, or just taking another person's persona and calling it their own. That's actually very frowned upon, and that will basically get you reported.
So is a lot of the furry fandom like really interconnected?
Yes, a lot of people are. Pretty much everybody's connected in the fur fandom. Somebody knows somebody. I'm actually a little bit well known around the Midwest, the western area of Michigan, as well as my wife is Draven Silverwood, who she became a furry when she just first met me. She got into again. She just didn't know what the fur fandom was. I got her into it, and now she's making friends. So it's a very friendly and open community. She cosplayed as Fluttershy for her first year at FCN. And she got a lot of pictures. She got a lot of attention and recognition.
Good.
So it's very open to a lot of subgenres of fandoms and stuff.
Right. So, but other than that, though, like stealing is forbidden.
Absolutely, that's plagiarism. It's theft. It's illegal either way.
It's essentially just at any convention.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I
you
mean,
stole my artwork and that kind
right,
of stuff.
or like they're going to be a person that's not even an artist or anything, and they just have a Sona, and then somebody just takes an interest in it and just calls it their own. That's still considered theft. Granted, they can't press charge to do anything about it.
Right.
It's still very, very
It's not a
frowned
trademark thing.
Right, but it's still frowned upon because it's like you're taking somebody's complete identity.
Now, is that also considered like the suit as well?
That is absolutely the suit. That would be it's no doubt. You paid for that suit. Somebody's going to take it and call it their own. No.
What if Morty was a...
We're not discussing probably a Meekseeks or something like that.
Meekseek.
I mean, it could probably be classified as a furry. It's an alien. I mean,
Is there alien furs?
it wouldn't surprise me if there was. I mean, there's goofers and as well.
What?
Where they make? I mean, what they make their Fursona part slime. I mean,
Oh,
come
so
on
it's
now.
like me when I made a slime character in D&D.
Sure, let's do that poor reference that nobody understands.
Exactly. You can't make slimes, but you can get a gelatin. New thing with D&D, you can actually get a gelatin template.
You can also be a slime lord and summon slimes.
Yes. But nobody gets that reference. So actually, I know quite a few furries. I know you because, we're related.
Yep.
I know Kit Jaspering, who does False Start in Vampire Hunter Boyfriend.
I know him as well.
Do you know him?
Yeah, he's a pretty cool bro.
He is a bro. He hangs out here. I'll see him tomorrow. When this podcast is sent to, for everything, I don't think that's relevant
Kit-
at this point.
Kit coming over tomorrow does not benefit anybody listening to this
not
podcast at all.
And then also Dave from Dreamkeepers. Dave and Liz from Dreamkeepers.
He will probably be. Yeah, both of them are really nice. I hope to have them on the show soon. I hope to actually get around to reading Dreamkeepers.
Yeah, you should.
Probably.
All hail the Dreamkeepers.
Right.
Yeah, they're gods, Corey. They're gods.
That's phenomenal.
So when it comes to the furry fandom, then I take it there is a lot of furry. In order to classify as a furry, not a lot of thought has to go into it, or most people recommend like giving it some thought.
I mean, there's not really a lot of thought process to it. I mean, if you want to, you can call yourself a furry,
But you don't need a suit.
You don't need a suit. You don't need to be talented. You can just be yourself, and you'll click somewhere in the fandom. Whether
oh no, go on.
Whether it be board game related, hobby related, video game related, whatever, you can always find somebody just to click with, even if it's the most popular furry can possibly accept you for who you are. Granted, there are the stuck up, the snobby ones that are full high and mighty of themselves, and people usually steer clear of them. Where that's called artist beware, fur beware, where people that have, I think it's called fur beware. Not really too sure, but it should be made. It's basically sites that that have people that should be people that should be avoided, like Fursona thieves,
like the
artwork thieves,
the communisms and the Nazis,
right? Sort of.
So is that just a small group?
Yeah, I think that just sort of spawned out of nowhere. I've just seen it around conventions and stuff, but I really didn't pay attention to it, and I guess it's just spawning a huge controversy in the fur community, which does make sense.
Sure.
But a lot of people don't understand that, I guess sometimes just leave something alone in the fandom.
Right.
It could just be somebody that wants just to put a, I guess, swastika, but have it mean the Chinese symbol instead.
Right.
So, there was a lot of controversy. So.
Right. Because not a lot of people actually know that is a different symbol.
Right, it is.
So actually, you don't, because I went to the Fur Fest. I went to Motor City Fur Fest, and it was really, really accepting.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm not even a furry, but I don't even really know what my Fursona would really be.
You told me that you were an armadillo, but
yeah,
I mean,
but it's like I don't really know. Like I gotta channel my inner Harambe, I gotta really dig in there. But of course, armadillos are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure sloths are pretty popular now.
Actually, I only know one sloth. She's a giant sloth, prehistoric. She's actually my fursuit.
That's really oddly specific.
Right. She actually made my fursuit.
I got a bat.
And she's a really good friend of mine.
I got a bat vest thing. So
there are one of my friends is actually an owlbear. So there are people that will take races from D&D, Skyrim,
and you can do that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've seen one of my friends.
What's the most creative you've seen?
Most creative fursuit wise is probably somebody made a Khajiit of legit Khajiit in full on Dragonborn armor.
Was she the one at the Youmacon?
She goes to a lot of conventions and advertises stuff. She makes armor, fursuits.
I feel like
she was
the one
that.
who gave me candy.
Probably, I don't know.
And then put me in a van.
Probably also another creative one was somebody actually made a legit fruit bat.
Yeah, I saw that one at Motor City.
They had
I really
watermelon
like that one. Yes,
and
that was adorable.
Yeah,
and nobody, when I showed the picture to them, they didn't get the pun. And I was like, she's a fruit bat.
Right.
Get it?
A lot of
knee slapper.
A lot of people actually say that my Fursona is probably also one of the most creative, one of the most unique. I've gotten a lot of compliments from furry artists that say this is probably the most funnest Fursona I've ever drawn because it's not a fox, it's not a wolf, it's a
dog.
It's a hairless
rat dog.
Canine. Yeah, it's a hairless rat dog that nobody's ever actually probably seen before.
Which was used to chase rats off of fishermen boats.
Yes, it was.
So
they have actually a complete.
Which, when you really think about it, Corey, that is very sad.
It is actually very sad.
Wow.
Well, the cool thing is because they were hyperallergenic and they resembled cats to mice.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
so were they just not not able to afford a cat?
No, it's because you have to take allergies into consideration with sailors and stuff. So I mean,
did they just get a hairless cat? Oh wait, no, because it's not.
The Sphinx never exists. I don't think the Sphinx existed.
No, I think it did. The Sphinx originated from Egypt.
Yes,
so that
it's
would
not
mean
native
that because it's China's boat. They're not native to it. That makes sense. So why not just make a hairless dog?
Yep,
that's weird. Actually, the most creative one I saw, I really like the ant.
Yeah, I know. He's actually a really, really nice guy.
He brings his mom, apparently.
His mom is really cool. See, a lot of parents, there are some furs whose parents will get into it, and a lot of people, a lot of people's parents get into the fandom, so it's that's really fun too. So you have to look at it like the fandom's for everybody.
Now, okay. Is this like an actual subgenre or not? Because I like I said, I have questions. And again, guys, this is more like learning about what the podcast is going to be about.
What do you mean what it would be a subgenre?
Beanie Baby. Like when I was at Motor City Fur Fest, there was quite a couple of Beanie Baby. Like they had like the big Beanie Baby tag.
Oh, that's just a thing that you can buy, I believe.
Oh.
So it's not, I don't think they're legit that's the legit Beanie Baby Fursona. I'm not going to lie, that'd be freaking cool.
Well, I have it as a picture on my phone.
I've seen those before.
Oh, okay.
So I was actually thinking about getting another fursuit where it's completely patchwork and kind of like looks like it's a doll and stitched together.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's what I would like to do.
So you can do different renditions of your Fursona.
Oh yeah, I mean my Fursona. If I can probably post the badges at some point on online. Actually, if you notice, Sai actually ages with each badge.
Oh,
that's actually thanks to Trevor Phillips. I actually pointed this out. He's done all of my badges and everything. He's done a lot of my commissions, and you can tell from the very first badge I got to the last badge I got, and he's aged, and Sai has evolved since.
Huh. Nice. So, okay, is there a lot of? Wow, I am trying to come up with some.
You're also drinking a beer, and I am too.
So with this podcast, are you planning on? So you're essentially everything's on the table except more controversial topics.
Controversial unless it's discussed beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But rape, pedophilia, bestiality will not be discussed
Communism,
at all.
Nazis, anything racist.
Right, anything that has to do with that. Not saying we can't discuss it briefly, but other than that,
like thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
So, okay, is there a lot of like TV shows that people adapt into the furry community, such as like BoJack Horseman.
BoJack
Fantastic show.
Right, great show. Love Mr. Peanut Butter. He's actually a fur crush of mine. So Princess Carolyn's
Wait,
as well. What?
There's fur crushes?
That's how usually some people get into the fur fandom. That's where I said that I was attracted to Nala. I was attracted to Chris from Star Fox. I was attracted to Renamon. Those are fur crushes.
Huh.
Like, a lot of people actually became a furry through Disney's Robin Hood.
But it's not about sleeping with animals.
It's not about sleeping with animals at all, although they're not saying that there isn't a darker side to the fandom.
Sure. And there's darker sides to the fandoms everywhere. I mean, you got guys who live in their dad's basements or their mom's basements and look at Lolita porn. Or, that... Or you're just really attracted to little girls because they watch anime. I mean...
Right.
So there's dark sides to everything.
Yeah.
Oh, creepy dark things. But anyway, continue.
So, So yeah, fur crushes are a thing that usually gets people sometimes into the fandom. A lot of most common ones would be Lola Bunny from Looney Tunes, or like any of the Looney
Bunny
Tunes,
boobs.
actually. Right, but bunny boobs.
I didn't even think about it when I first saw that.
Right, and not a lot of people actually would think, but like when I was younger, I had kind of this weird infatuation with a lot of animated animals and anthro creatures and stuff like that. Like Digimon was much bigger, and Gatomon was actually a much bigger impact on me. So,
Gatomon.
Yeah, Gatomon. You Chad, you're learning a lot about me as we go along with this. You got yourself into this mess.
I didn't get myself in any of this. You're the one who wanted to start this, so you could be judged all you want. I'm not. I'm actually editing myself out of this podcast, so it's just you talking to yourself.
No, you're not.
But no, so the entire idea is to try to help people understand the community. And in fact, I don't really think there's a lot of furry podcasts in this general area, like in the actual, where we're at. The state area.
I actually have no idea.
I mean, all of our fans that listen to Comics Are Cool know that we're from Michigan, and
right.
Some of us are from Ann Arbor, so we all know that.
So I do have actually a lot of fur friends, so that would probably be interested in hearing this. Obviously, I'm hoping you guys take a listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have a lot of stuff, great stuff, fantastic stories, facts, stuff to discuss coming soon in later episodes and everything, if this does get a kickoff and stuff like that.
Yeah, Bub. I really hope so, because,
I've been kind of holding out for this for a month, and I'm hoping that this doesn't get posted because, I'm kind of actually wishing and hoping this gets a following, and I'm hoping this part gets edited out.
It's not going to get edited out. Why would it get edited out?
Damn it. Now I have to listen. Now people have to listen to me beg for followers. Great.
No, you're not. Dude, if you've listened to our podcast where I sit there and be like, look, nobody listens to us.
I mean, nobody's going to listen to this. So.
No, probably not, but I mean, it's okay. No, so we got something here. Guys, support the furry community. They're cool people. Like, you've listened to us all bicker, banter, and everything on
I've been on like 2 podcasts here with Comics Are Cool. So 4 has it been 4? And I haven't been over here very often.
No, but anyway, so guys, you could do the closing.
So guys, thank you for listening. I hope you guys do enjoy and support this and let us do future episodes. I hope we can discuss some of these more fantastic topics that we have planned out. And thank you for joining me on the first premiere of the Furtalk. This is Cy Ehrman. I will see you later.
What would be my furry?
I don't probably some type of like mongoose or maybe like snake, or I don't know. You could probably do like a noodle, maybe a slime. We're
gonna go with slime.
Pastasona made out of complete spaghetti.
That's it. We're gonna go with that. I'm a pasta. I'm a pasta. I mean, I'm already a pastafarian.
All right, so I will see you
Bye,
later.
guys.
Bye, guys.